But not everyone gets to live that lucky life, especially not if you are Tiffany Henyard. Because when you are in charge of Thornton Township, you can blow through taxpayer money on weaves, designer sandals, flights, and even someone else's husband, turning him into your side piece. Yes, I am talking to you, Kamal Woods. She gave him a paycheck as long as he kept clapping those cheeks, thinking the gravy train would never end. Folks really believe that booty clapping is a lifetime subscription, but then came the reality check. Another election happened, and she got absolutely crushed by Jason House. And now, not only is she losing her political power and reputation, but she is also watching that sweet $300,000 income from both the village of Dolton and Thornton Township vanish overnight. Damn, damn, damn. But what makes it even worse, now she has to answer for every penny she misused while in office. Just because she is no longer sitting behind a desk does not mean she gets to walk away from the cash trail. She was officially summoned to court to respond to allegations that, while in power, she violated state transparency laws by overspending and hiding public records. And this, my friends, was a recurring issue with Tiffany Henyard. She kept refusing to hand over the money to the trustees.
Repeatedly asking for information that's been documented time and again about credit card statements. We haven't received credit card statements for 6 months. We haven't gotten the electronic warrant list, but yet we're supposed to.
So here's the real reason Tiffany Henyard is being dragged right now. She refused to turn over receipts for her spending, almost like she was deliberately hiding them. Meanwhile, the budget deficit kept climbing higher and higher. It is now alleged that during her 4-year reign over the village of Dolton, she left behind a staggering $8 to $9 million in debt. That is why she was summoned to court to testify. But when the big day came, this is what went down. Hi, good evening, everyone. Unlike the chaotic board and supervisor meetings of the past, Tiffany Henyard's court appearance was short and uneventful. She was ordered to appear in person after being found in contempt for ignoring transparency laws and withholding public financial records during her term. But instead of taking the stand, her lawyer showed up and pleaded the fifth on her behalf. Even reporters tried to get a word from her. But just after 2 p.m. on Friday, former Dolton Mayor and Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard entered circuit court. Tiffany, do you have any thoughts about being summoned to court today? We don't have any comment at this time. That day's hearing revolved around a lawsuit filed by Edgar County Watchdogs, a public watchdog group that sued the village of Dolton after Henyard's administration ignored FOIA, Freedom of Information Act requests for spending records back in January. Now, of course, she refused to speak with the media. Tiffany believes she is a victim of bad press, especially from WGN News. So what did she do instead? She took it to Facebook Live to speak directly to her audience. Hey y'all, it's your favorite super mayor, Tiffany A., the people's mayor, the people's supervisor. Yes, 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 I am still owning that name. I just want to thank everyone for the support, the love, all the messages and emails y'all sent me. I am in good spirits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And stay tuned because my book is coming and I am going on tour soon. If you want to keep up with your girl, Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, stay tuned. I have a lot to share because I have been real quiet lately. Y'all know I'm not a quiet person, but now it's time to tell my story. Y'all watching me battle all these haters, but I stay strong. I spread love, uplift others, inspire people. That is what y'all should be doing instead of trying to tear others down, let people live. At the end of the day, I have been there, done that. I was the first. That can never be taken away from me. That title, Super Mayor, is mine. I thank God every day for His protection and for helping me stay focused. Special shout out to Baby Justice. I love you, baby girl. She has a book coming too. Stay tuned to hear her story, my little bundle of joy. And yes, she is named Justice. For a reason, because that is what I fight for. I explained it all in my book. Special thanks to my bae. Hey babe, thank you for keeping me grounded and loved through it all. To my amazing parents, Mr. and Mrs. Henyard, y'all stay tuned. My dad got a goat recipe coming soon. It is spicy and it is fire. I just wanted to say everything today went great. As always, I was successful. Thanks to God and my guardian angels for protecting me always. When people try to harm me, He always flips it for my good. I'm telling y'all, stay prayed up, keep God first, and talk to Him every day. You don't have to go to church to know God. Just make sure He stays in your life. Now, hold up. Sit your delusional self down. Who do you think you are? The way folks act in the black community sometimes, especially when they are clearly in the wrong, is wild. As soon as they get caught, it turns into, God's gonna punish my haters and they all lying on me. That is not faith. That is called dodging accountability. This mindset is not unique to her. Remember Kevin Gates? I talked about him and Brittany Renner, same playbook. When there is evidence, instead of owning up, people like him spin the narrative and make it all about how they are being targeted. It is the exact same pattern we saw with Duke Dennis. The man has multiple women accusing him of fathering their kids, and suddenly he is the victim. Instead of addressing the accusations, he turns around and blames the internet. Y'all digging into my past. This is what's wrong with y'all. Y'all play too much. Mind your business. That is the deflection playbook in full effect. And as I get older, I find myself distancing more and more from folks like this. And I seriously hope you start doing the same. Because here is the harsh truth. You cannot help people who refuse to take responsibility. Whether it is Tiffany Henyard, Kevin Gates, or Duke Dennis. Accountability is a foreign concept to them. You cannot build anything solid with someone like that. Not a friendship, not a business, not even a basic conversation. Every time they mess up, it becomes your fault. You try reasoning with them, and it is like talking to a brick wall. They will never say, I was wrong. Instead, they will point fingers, deflect, and play the victim. And if you are someone who is struggling in life, really ask yourself, do I have this same mindset? Because that might be why nothing is clicking. Secondly, if you want to surround yourself with real winners, people who bring value, people who are successful, then look for this one trait: accountability. That is the top indicator of someone you can count on. You want to impress someone? Be the person who does what they say they will do. That is how you stand out. That is how you win trust. That is how you deliver results. Look at every successful brand, Apple, McDonald's, even Google, which owns YouTube, where you are probably watching this right now. Whether they succeed or slip, they try their best to meet expectations. And if they fall short, they address it. They own it. Give you a personal example. A while back, a lingerie brand from a certain African country reached out to me. I run another channel, the Pan-African Dating Show, and they pitched a concept for an episode featuring their lingerie. Now, I knew it would not generate a lot of money, especially compared to what the channel can do, but I liked the creativity behind the idea, so I said, sure. When I'm back in your country, I'll reach out and we will make it happen. I even let them choose the day. She picked Saturday. I agreed. Now here is the thing. Phone service in that part of Africa can be pretty unreliable. Sometimes your phone will ring and you will not even know someone called Saturday came, and I heard nothing. So I hopped over to Instagram and so I messaged her like, hey, I actually had a chance to do something else on Saturday, but I waited around thinking you would get back to me. And since you didn't, I do not think we can move forward with this partnership anymore. She got irritated and hit back with, well, I did call you around this time, you just didn't answer. Damn. So I double-checked, and yes, the missed call was there. But here's the thing, I replied with, okay, but why not leave a message or shoot a text? I mean, our whole conversation started on Instagram, why not just DM me again? And at that point, she had nothing to say. No explanation, just radio silence, so I had to walk away from that entire situation. And remember, I was offering free promotion. My Pan-African Dating Show is a major platform, huge on Instagram, blowing up on TikTok. Strong audience on YouTube, and instead of being appreciative, she just said, well, all right then. And that kind of entitled, careless energy, that lack of ownership, that is exactly what Tiffany Henyard embodies. You would be shocked how many people are broke or self-sabotaging their own future because they refuse to say to simple words, I'm sorry. If that same woman were in the US, she might have said, wow, my bad, I missed the call. Let's reschedule. What can I do to make this right? But pride will wreck you. And Tiffany Henyard, she is knee-deep in her downfall because of pride and refusal to own her actions. She cannot even see that her crash is her own doing. So let me ask you all, what do you think? It's your guy, Yoshi. D.I. Jackson, back again with another episode of Dusty Celebrity Jungle. Hit that subscribe, turn on notifications, and we are out.